New brackets, installing some more panels. Come along. Probably hear the inverters spooling up every time the sun comes out from under the clouds. There it goes. I'll do it the right. Oh. If you're wondering, these are 250 watt panels. So it's actually kind of a mixture here. These are all used panels. So these are 327 watt on the bottom row. These are a mixture of 250s and 235s. And the 12 that's on the roof of the container is another 12 250 watt panels. Alright, now these are used panels, so these 235s and 250s make about the same power. Alright. Clamp this one in real quick. These 235s and 250s are about the same amperage output, same voltage, so not a big deal there. Oh yeah, sun's coming out now. Making a couple thousand watts at the moment. One of the arrays on the roof is underperforming, so they're in series of 6 panels, and normally I'm making about just under 5 kilowatts on the arrays that are running right now, and I'm making about 37 maybe, so 3.7 kilowatts at the moment, which is enough to run everything inside and charge the batteries some, just not completely. The battery bank has gotten so large that the current solar setup cannot charge the array, or cannot charge the batteries in one day. It takes several days just because of the number of computers and servers I have inside. Man, the sun's beating down. It's not even hot today. It's just the UV. Panel's not going anywhere. So what I do is I'm putting these clamps around a unistrut, and I'm using wood blocks under here, kind of like this. So you're probably wondering, like, why don't I just use steel or try going this way, right? Well, unfortunately, the bolts would be up against the inside of the panel. That wouldn't work out. So it would be a real pain in the butt, to be honest. So we'll just turn it around this way. You know, put the wood blocks up here. It goes over the edge of the panel and locks it down against the unit. So like this, just like that. Each panel gets two down there. I'd like to figure out a way to use just one, but thing is the unistrut runs at the top and the bottom, and if I were to put them between, example, is I could put them between like this. Problem is now you run into an issue where the bolt's just not long enough. There's two problems. One is the bolt, actually it looks like that's actually about the right size, but you'd have to flip this over. But then while I could reach the ones at the top, I can't reach the ones over here. And laying across the panels during the day isn't really, not something you really want to do. So you'd have to do it at night. And tonight is when I'm going to disconnect and reorient all these cables. All right. I'm going to slide that panel over here, and then this panel will go in after that one. It's really bright. Here we go. And the additional effect of having the solar panels on this sloping off the side of the container here is it provides shade for the container, so this thing doesn't have to heat soak all day every day as badly as it would just sitting naked in the sun. That's the other reason we painted them white. Less heat absorption. running low on the bushings I made. Could cut these in half. See if we got any activity. No. Okie dokie. All right, let's see. Alright, we're gonna get this other panel put up here, but I need to move. So the way I used to have them mounted up here was through the unistrut with bolts and large. Holy moly! I just found my level. Man, oh, the wood's cracked. Damn, this is an old level too. I left this up there. It has been months ago now. It's an OG level. Man, look how it's warped the wood inside. Damn. Might have to make something new. All right. Panel. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and get that clamped down. Okay, I need to put the clamp on this side. For the 3 people watching, I appreciate it.
You know, it's always the few that make the channel worth doing. It's never the many. Violating all the OSHA rules today. Just let me know what the rules are and we'll figure out a way to violate them.
You know, step 1, no hard hat. Step 2, open screws. That can suck. Lots of them. No steel toe boots. Matter of fact, we're wearing slip-on moccasin style type of shoes today. Because I don't give a fuck. Alright. I'm out of bushings from the feel of it. Let's see if I got any more in the box. Over here. Over there. I do not. However, I have clamps. I can just set the clamps in place. Oh shit, that whole thing slid over, didn't it? Yeah, we're gonna have to anchor that into place. Damn. Yeah, we'll concrete that thing in later. Not today. Just later. Alright, so there's going to be a small gap for now. These will get realigned on the bottom. That needs to get slid over. I'll have to loosen that one. And have to cut some more bushings. I think we're going to go single bushing this time, just a little thicker. We'll do like a 1/2 inch. Alright, let's go around to the other side. Let's go cut some wood. I'll try and set you up so y'all can see. All right. I'm gonna do that one too if I have to make a few more. I'll only be able to make a few out of these. Ah. There we go. Ah. So I'll use these as the bushings. Let's make a few more. I think we can actually keep these, believe it or not, because I don't like cutting too damn close. Well, it takes one little slip and a missing finger. And this is plenty. There we go. Some nice bushings. Now here we don't get hardly any humidity, so I don't have to worry about too much water intrusion out here. That should be enough for now. Get the rest. Think, well, shit, why don't you just bring the box? Oh, now I've only got a handful to grab. Here's the other array. That's originally that was a good idea. The back panel is good, so we're gonna extend it all the way out. The front panel, however, gets a bit too much shade in the summer. In the winter, gets a lot of sun early. But the way the sun comes around, fortunately, during the summer, that array doesn't perform as what I was hoping. All right, we'll tilt this back a little bit. Not sure, that took a gnarly tumble. Tell you what, I'm gonna throw a bushing back here. There we go. Yes. And I also run them where this way I go along with the grain. So this way it's not going to be this. It's not horizontal, because if it cracks, it'll crack easy and then it just snaps into two. If it does crack, it'll still be one solid piece. It'll just crack down the middle. Give you all a sneak peek of the power inside once I'm done putting these panels on. Really only need to install about 7 more, I think. How many's gonna fit across? Yeah. So 5 more there and 2 more on the end. Something like that. I'm gonna loosen. Get under there, Rock. Give me something. There we go. Let's loosen this up and slide this panel over just a hair. Man, that thing's not even sitting. Oh, that's why. That's right, because the bottom ones will come up. That one's sitting. Yeah, that one's sitting kind of high too. You know, it's sitting high because what's the gap is there? And I guess it is just the bolt. Oh, I can sit that high on the other ones. Oh, it's tilted. The bar is not even, that's why. Okay, disregard. I forgot that the unistrut, when I put them up, they're not exactly perpendicular, or rather parallel. I mean, they're slightly closer on one end than the other. You know what they say, measure twice, cut once. This was a measure 3 times, drill twice. All right, need to get another panel. So let's go measure some panels real quick. Thought I moved some others over here. Disregard these are not what I want to use right now. Some of these are broken. Got a big windstorm that literally ripped like 6 panels off the 100-mile-an-hour winds out here. It was pretty crazy. Here's the all-wheel drive Honda Civic. Rear trailing arms I've built. So we'll get the axles put in. Rear diff will be put in soon. Converted to 5-lug. All right, we got some panels here. Let's go ahead and find a way to mount, get this to stand up. Dude, if that stays right there, I'm gonna be super impressed. These are used panels, so you will see little spider lines of these panels, but they still produce pretty close to maximum power. These are mostly Trinisolars panels. These came off of a farm in Texas from the labeling that's been left on them. All right. And I bought them from Soul Power, if I remember right, company out of Arizona. All right. Since these have been kind of sitting for a minute, I want to double check them. .82 volts, 36.79 up. There we go. 36.76968. 36 volts. All right. And they're supposed to make 37.6 volts. So it's down about a volt. It's all right. And these go at about 8 amps. So, all right. I'm gonna say this one's good to go. See some of the spider lines in this one. I only saw like 2 in the other one, or 1. There's another little one. It looks like most of these cells are in good shape. The bus bars look good on the end. They don't look too green. There's a little water intrusion here. Looks like the back of the panel. And these being in Texas, a lot of rain out there. $20 a panel or so. Not gonna complain. $36.4. Yep. Take it. Oh shit. Careful not to hit the car. Spoiler's all super cracked anyways. Damn. All this heat is really... You gotta get working on the car at some point here soon. I will have my tools out here, and hopefully once we get the RV out here, I can talk the wife into me getting a because we spend all our money basically on this property. And for the most part, nothing else. See if I can get a lift put in. And if I get a lift, it's going to be in that area over there, or right back here. It'll be an outdoor lift until the house is built. Yeah, it looks like we got some water intrusion down here at the bottom. So this was definitely the bottom orientation here. God damn it. Sometimes they'll just kind of stick in there and hang. $35.72 volts. 35.6. Well, we're getting behind a cloud. Yep. So that's acceptable. Alright, just need 2 more for now. Yeah, we're behind some really high cirrus type clouds rolled in. $36.8. Yeah, boy, we'll take it. All right, here's the last one that we need to clean for now. And we'll drop these panels onto the array over there. And then tonight, I might stream again. Good chance that I will. So make sure to subscribe, like all that good algorithmic stuff to make sure you get the dings and notifications and all that, yada, yada, blah, blah. So, you know, like I said, we'll most likely be streaming later on this evening. And then we'll reorient those panel cables so we can get the maximum output onto the inverter. And when I give you all the sneak peek of the power setup, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Maybe. But there's a lot of batteries back there, and that situation is going to improve. So I've got more breakers and shut-off switches en route. About $300 worth of manual shut-off switches. Whew, hands are getting dirty. All right. .5, and we're getting a, yep, behind the clouds. Let's take it. Looks good to me. All right, I'm gonna carry this one over there first. Show you snowboards I'm working on. This is this Libtech I'm working on. I actually fixed this board last week or a few weeks ago. A couple of big holes were in it. Fixed that whole front end up there, and now the other toe got bashed in. So this was all banged out, a whole bunch of different spots. I was able to press it back in, epoxy it. We're gonna smooth it out, put some more epoxy in there, make it look good again. I've got my Burton here. Took a big shot last year. This is my daily right there. All right, that's Leo, that's Cedar. Go ahead and get us another panel. All right, let's set this phone down. I'm gonna get those other panels back in just a moment. One by one. Give me a drink too. Gotta finish getting that water tank, pressure tank hooked up with the pump and everything. Wife's curious if I'm coming by to get the laundry done. I gotta bring all the laundry out. All right. Let's get the rest of this. Let's see what we got here. All right. All right. That one's attached. All right, so we'll just start adding the panels in. I actually got to adjust these panels. Swap that out for actual bushing. And that'll free up a flange as well. So I was using it like this to clamp them in. And as you can see, that uses 2 of these flanges, which wastes a bolt. And effectively makes it a $13 clamp. Yep, that one's on there pretty damn tight, so it'll have to get adjusted when I do the whole bottom array. And in the meantime, I can save one of the brackets and clamp this back down. Yeah, I like the thick ones better. All right. Okay, this one's got a beam in the middle. Well, at least what I can do here is I can put a panel up, slide it down, put another panel, slide it over, and then slide that one over, and then I can put more panels up. Shit, I got all this in the way. See what kind of view we're working with here. Might be running out of space. No, we're still good. Got 8 viewers. Can I get 8 likes? is an Ethernet cable that actually can get pulled up and out of the way. Where are those? There we go. Just kind of get that out of the way. Just for the time being, so I determine where I want this Ethernet to go permanently. Almost caught my head on that screw. All right. Let's go up this way with it this time. Oh shit, almost took my fucking head off. All right, I got enough space for the next one. Yeah, these panels right here are far too high. They're jacking the panel up a whole nother inch. Yeah. Oh shit, I just realized I ran these 2x4s under the Unistrut. Oh shit. That's gonna change how I need to tie these down. Fuck me. I mean, unless I got like really long U-bolts, that would suck. At least how I'm gonna tie this one down. Oh, I could probably figure out a way to bind this one to the other. Hold on a second. Holy fuck, hold on. Oh, okay, something's grounded. It's giving me a little bit of blah. Well, that ain't fucking good. I'll figure out one of these. You know what? I can put dampers. I know it's a. You don't want a panel that's shorting, so I'll figure out which one that is too. But in the meantime. There's one way to find out if a panel is shorting. Oh, I meant to grab the multimeter. Or is grounding, rather. All right, I got the meter set to ohms. And we're gonna see if it's this new panel that I just put up here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick positive lead in here. We're gonna touch the metal panel here. No? No? Okay, that's good. Okay, doesn't seem like it's this one. Is it a fucking reflex? Is there just not enough sun? Pretty sure that was voltage. Oh. Oh, it's this one. It's right here. Okay, yeah, this panel is FUBAR. I'm getting 27.8 mega ohms between the positive and the ground. Literally this metal bar right here. So this panel right here is no good. That one's got to come back down. Or, let me see something. Let's see something. I really should take this panel down, but I am interested to see if it's just, if these isolators be enough. Just curious, so we're gonna find out. We'll go get some more of these. Fuck me, I keep dropping them. Give me one of them wooden ones. They're bigger. Doesn't look like that one might have fallen out. Okay. Now we can determine 100% if it should be, because we already put in the one side, but now I'm just interested. Let's make sure it's not translating in from another panel or something like that. Aha. Yeah. Okay, so it's, hold on a second. Yeah, okay. Fuck me. Ah, it's still connected, it's still touching right here. That's why. I say it shouldn't be. Now, well, megaohms is good to a point, but really what you want is you want it to say over limit, like that. Let's make sure we've just got the contacts right. Yeah, over limit now. Okay, good. Yep. Let's just test this one just because. So I guess what we need to do is we'll test for shorts on each of the panels as well. I wasn't doing that. Yep, that's good. So it's that panel right there. Good. 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 All right. Good. Good. All right. We'll take that panel down. All right. So, fortunately, that one's got to come down. We'll check out that box later. We'll take a closer look at that panel. We'll see what we got to do, if we can fix the panel or not. A lot of times, cases like that, you're probably not going to fix the panel. All right. Whew. Let's slide that one down. Toss another one up there. Sun beaming. There we go. I said it's a nice. It's a nice. I like a sister. Not my sister, your sister. All right. And that one really got pulled up. Yeah, that's because that damn beam's off. It's all right. I'll take care of that when the bottom ones get realigned. Whew. I'm actually getting quite hungry. I think I might take a little lunch break, y'all. And then when I get done eating, taking a little break, I believe, I'm gonna come back to streaming. But let's take a quick gander back. We'll go, I'll show y'all the, boy, I'll show y'all the inverter setup. So don't get too blown away. All right, here we go. Pretty messy back here, y'all. So I've got servers. And we got, I don't have all of these hooked up at the moment. Only a couple of the 48 volts are hooked up. But we've got 16 banks of batteries back here. I got 2 inverters. A lot of computer equipment back here. So getting ready to add a 240 volt line. That'll go for the RV. And a couple of other appliances. But anyways, we're coming along, getting some more power in. I'll show you what, like, I mean, I'm operating on low power at the moment. Yeah, 5 points. See that top? That one array is not coming up in power like it should. So we're getting barely 1,000 watts off the top roof. There we go. See, that's correct. That's coming off the side array. We're getting 2.2 kilowatts just off of the 12 panels on the side. And then the back, the array in the back, which I'm going to rebuild and do something else with that. So we're making another 1,000 watts here. So, but once I get everything reorganized, get the rest of these panels installed, should be running somewhere in the range of 5 to 6 kilowatts an hour. And then should be able to charge those batteries up within a day. So if they were to get depleted, because that is a huge bank of batteries, and each one of those banks is going to get, each one of the banks is going to get a shut off switch on it, which there's not yet. And there's 1,600 amp hours at 48 volts in there. So, which comes out to around 10 to 12 hours of power at 120 volts. So anyways, I'm going to take a break, get myself something to eat. Finally getting the rest of these panels put in. We'll put the rest of those in a little later. And then tonight, reorganize the cabling for maximum power output. So if you haven't subscribed, you haven't liked, please do so. And then you'll get the notification when some of the other stuff is done. And if you're into Hondas, we got the all-wheel drive Civic, which you can barely see over here. Shit, you can't really see it at all. There it is. Just a little sneak peek of the all-wheel drive Civic. A couple of Honda right-hand drive Honda Actis. So a couple of other Hondas. So yeah, I like Hondas. Anyways, we'll see you all in a bit. There's 3,000 gallons of water out there. It's off grid, baby. No bills, no mortgage, none of that stuff. We'll see you all in a bit. Stay tuned.